Hey everybody, it's Eric Dom here, and I'm here to talk to you about your favorite new app. I'm sure you guys have already heard us talk about it, but the reason we're doing it is because it's an important app. It's called Mindset, and Mindset is a platform that brings you exclusive, personal stories and life lessons from your favorite artist. We hope that you as a listener will be able to better understand and connect with your favorite artists. And guess what? We just launched our newest artist, Wusong of the Rose. Woo! Give it up, baby. And this is the first time Wusong is opening up about his life story, from immigrating to the US, to his own mental health journey, to dealing with eating disorders, to his dream of becoming a football player. Wait, did I just give that away? I hope I didn't give it away. But you guys, really, truly, this Mindset collection has so much in it, and it's super raw, it is super vulnerable, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. You can go listen to Wusong's Mindset collection on the Mindset app now. You can start listening for free. You are going to absolutely love it. So go download the app, go to Get Mindset, GetMindset.com, or search Mindset by Dive Studios on your app store to find us. Now again, that's Get Mindset, GetMindset.com, and we'll see you on the app. It's the Daebak Show. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daebak Show. I'm your host, Eric Nam, and you are joining us for another enthralling, life-changing episode. I was going to say empowering, but I don't know if I actually empower you very much, so I'm just going to call it what it is, just a show. Now, today, we have an incredible guest, singer, songwriter, performer. I don't know, just she has so many gifts, and that's why I'm really excited to get to know her. I do not know her very well at all, and this is our first time meeting.
Hi.
And so I'm a little nervous, y'all. I don't get nervous very easily, but today I'm gonna introduce to you guys incredible young woman by the name of Lee Ye-eun. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. I don't speak Korean that well. I literally
I'm
don't.
sorry. I had to do that.
Oh my
Your face
God.
just was like, oh
My
my
God.
God.
I was so scared. I was like, I'm
No.
not told this.
Let's do it again.
No.
Everybody, please welcome.
Stop, I'm so triggered. I'm so triggered. I felt like I was like in Korea. But anyways.
I'm so sorry. Please introduce yourself, Rei Ami.
Hi, I'm Rei Ami. I am a Korean American recording artist based in LA. I don't speak Korean fluently. Please don't make me speak Korean. I'm going to embarrass my parents.
No, it's
Oh
fine.
my God.
I'm so sorry. Okay,
Okay,
I just, we got through the hardest part, the introduction.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good. My bad.
No.
Right before we started the show, I was like, okay, your name is Sarah. Yeon? Yeah. And she's like, Yeon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Yeona. And she goes, oh my God,
Oh
don't
my
ever say
God.
that.
No, because it reminds me of like, I don't know, my parents call me by my Korean name if
Yeah.
I'm like fucking up
Yeah.
or like in trouble. So like, I feel like I've always associated Yeona with like, come here, little bitch. Like, you know? So I was slightly triggered, but it's all good.
No, you got to reclaim that. You got to reclaim your name.
I feel like this whole like year has been about reclaiming.
Yeah.
So I've totally been like suffering, but like totally living and growing, and we love it.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Like, here's the thing. My Korean was horrendous 10 years ago, like atrocious. And I can understand why, like, a foreign language, I don't want to say foreign language, a language you're not very comfortable with can be very off-putting and like triggering because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And
You
it's
know?
like, in order to really be able to use that language, I feel like you have to use it every day.
Yeah.
And I feel like I wasn't using Korean every day ever
Yeah,
since I
yeah.
moved here. So it just kind of became like either like a survival thing. And if I'm not in Korean, I'm not using it. I don't fucking use it. So it's become that. I mean, it's like an elementary school student level, I
Yeah.
would say my Korean is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's enough to survive and not like die in Korea.
Okay, we don't want you to die. So
No,
I'm
not
glad
yet.
you can do some survival things. That's great. I'm happy for you. Anyways, thanks for joining us today on the Daebak Show.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. And I guess, how are you? Let's start there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm feeling pretty good today. I was actually really sad yesterday.
Why? Why were you
I don't know.
sad?
It was just like, you have those days, when
I mean,
you
yeah,
get
you
up,
do.
like you just like you had one of those days, and then I was just like, you know what? Like I could sit here and like sulk, and I thought of this quote. What is it? Do you watch Shark Tank?
I do off and on.
Okay, so I've been watching Shark Tank. Don't ask me why, but I have. And Barbara, that's my girl. That's my bitch. Respectfully, that is my woman.
What is it about Barbara that?
She said this because she's a real ass bitch. Okay,
Okay.
she said success is dependent on how long you feel sorry for yourself. And I was like, that is some real ass shit. Of course. And I was like, Sarah, you dumbass bitch, you can sit here all day and be sad about shit that you can't even fucking control, or you can get hot, get up, get some fucking lunch, go shopping, go to Target.
Yes.
Get it together. Plan.
Amen.
And that's exactly what I did.
Hallelujah.
And then I woke up feeling like a badass bitch.
There
so
you
here
go.
I am today.
And here you are.
Suck it, universe. Anyways, respectfully. But anyways.
I love this energy that you're bringing. It's a lot of hot energy, and I like it. I'm all about it. But we're gonna get to know you a little bit better, because for a lot of people, they may not know you. You know,
Yeah.
There's new audiences and people, but we're gonna introduce them to you, and you to them, and to me, because I don't know much about you at all. There are a lot of like words on here that I'm like very curious, intrigued by, such as a Pikachu dance, and
Pikachu dance.
yeah, there's a.
What?
You did a Pikachu dance in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I have a picture of that. We'll send it to you.
Yeah. There's that. There's like
yeah, let's get to know each other.
A lot of things going on. But let's start from the beginning. You are born and raised. Well, you're born in Korea.
Yes, in Seoul.
Seoul, Korea.
I think like Deoksu. Deoksu. That's like it's in Seoul. It's like a city, like a town within Seoul, because Seoul's such a big city. But
it is.
I was born there. I moved to Maryland, Rockville, Maryland, when I was 6.
Poppin' place, right?
It's like become a huge place now. Like now it's like a complete city almost. Like before it was a city, but like now it's like really fucking annoying and crowded. Yeah.
What was it like growing up? Do you have any siblings?
I have an older sister.
So it's like
2 years older.
So it's the 4 of you: mom, dad, your sister.
Yes. And then everyone else is in Korea.
Okay.
So.
And then what do you remember that moment of like moving to Korea? Was that like a big?
Oh, that was huge. Oh my God. That was like, I mean, I think I was too young at the time to realize exactly like what that meant.
Yeah.
Like literally changing, packing, removing everything that is familiar to you with the unknown. Like I was a kid. I didn't know. Like my parents, like I trusted my parents. I went where they went. But my mom like had the hardest time. Like she was crying on the phone every night, like calling my aunt like weeks because she didn't want to. But like my dad was like, I'm going to take the girls and go. And like, you either come with her or you don't. And obviously my mom's not going to fucking leave her babies. So, you know, it took a long time. And it was the first time seeing my mom cry, I think. And that was really weird for me as a little girl. It's like you see your parents as like these invincible superheroes. But like, and now looking back, it's just like, damn, like my parents, like, yeah, we beef a lot, but it's like, damn, they sacrificed literally so much. And they did one of the scariest things you could do. Which
leave
is
everything.
Leave literally everything.
Yeah.
And start with nothing. And so I'm just very grateful for that.
What was it? Was it a new job for your dad, or like what?
My dad just wanted to give his daughters an American education, a better way of life. It's not like shit was bad, but I think correct me, like I'm not the strongest with like economics and history. I don't think like shit was popping like early in like 2000s in Korea.
Yeah, like it was, I think in the late 90s, it was like a financial crisis. And a lot of things
like my dad was working for Hyundai and it was going really well, but like my dad just wanted to switch route, and like thank God he did, because I wouldn't be in this position, you know? It's crazy to think about. Shout out dad. Thank you,
Shout
Appa.
out mom and dad. Yes. What was it like growing up in Maryland?
It was pretty fucking diverse. I grew up in Montgomery County, so like I didn't realize just how privileged and like I was to be able to grow up in that, not kind of like, not just racial, ethnic diversity, but like economic status, like just everything. Montgomery County is one of the wealthiest and diverse counties in the nation. And we have one of the best public education systems.
That's
so,
awesome.
But anyways, I realized, damn, like I grew up in a place where like even the public education system set their kids up for like such good like success, I guess. And so like, I didn't realize just how like great of an environment I grew up in. Obviously, I grew up middle class. Like my parents both had blue collar jobs. I had everything I needed. yes, I did not have the luxuries. I didn't, get like a fancy brand new car for my 16th birthday.
Yeah.
My parents couldn't afford those, but they worked very hard to provide everything that my sister and I needed, enough to pay for my tuition. Everything else I paid for. Like, my parents were able to pay for my school tuition, which is, again, something a lot of people don't get to have, which is great.
What is up, good people? Hope you're doing well. This is Brian Nam. You should hop on over to our Patreon and become a diver to receive exclusive benefits like early and ad-free access to audio episodes, monthly live streams with the founders of Dive Studios, including myself, and so much more. These episodes are made possible only by you, our divers, so thank you for keeping us going. We really appreciate it. It really does make a difference. You can join us at patreon.com/Dive Studios. Thanks.
You graduated though. Did you
use it?
Did you not did you use it? Because I mean, I'm sure you are using it. You're in entertainment media. So
Yeah.
you're using it, even whether you want to admit it or not, you're using it. I think it's a question of, was college for you?
What was college for me? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do.
All right, fair.
Yeah, and my parents were going to pay for it. So I was just like, you know what? Figure it out, bitch. So I did.
There you go. There you go. So you went to college, you graduated communications. What happened? Like, you were like, I'm just going to do music, or like?
Yeah, so I mean, I was like making music all throughout college. Like the first time I ever the first song I ever wrote was like 13, pure trash. I don't even know what I wrote about.
Pause. What was that song?
It was like probably about love. I wrote it with my best friend from middle school named Val. And we were in my bedroom and like nothing came of it, right? And like fast forward like freshman year of like college, I don't know how old I was, like what, 18, 19, I don't fucking know. That's when I actually run into people who are making music, who are artists themselves, running studios. And for the first time, I'm immersed into that scene, and I see how like sessions go, and like how the writing and recording process works for other kinds of artists, and like what engineering is, and mixing, and like I'm just like finally in the world that I've always like been fascinated by, and what I once thought was so untouchable and unreachable. It was in front of my face, so I was like, no shit, let me figure this out, let me practice, blah blah. That's like the same time around when I met my producer Ely, and we just started working on music. And I grew up on a lot of R&B and hip hop. Like that's just what I naturally gravitated towards. Listening to music. Cause like my parents were super religious. So like until I got to really explore the internet on my own, like I only listened to like Christian songs or like Hillsong and shit like that. And so like when I could, I like immediately gravitated towards like Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Mariah Carey, fucking Britney, and like all these huge pop stars, and like let's not forget like 21, like CL, like OG legend, Boa. I remember watching Boa's videos when I was in Korea. Like,
you're still my number one.
Yes, like she's like queen of K-pop, like truly. And I just like I always loved R&B and hip hop, and that's what I was making primarily. But like after like I went through like a really shitty breakup. What is it? After college, I think I was like, I don't even know the timeline. Oh fuck it, it doesn't fucking matter. But anyways, it literally flipped a switch. I had never been so like, I don't know. Do you ever like, it's like that aha moment in your life when you realize like, oh my God, like you're so done taking people's shit. And it's like you're low-key mad at yourself for like letting people walk all over you and shit.
Even
and
having done it for that long.
And having put up with it for so long. And I feel like at a certain point, if you are in a toxic situation, I'm so sorry that you're in a toxic situation. But if you are aware that you are in a toxic situation and you choose to fucking stay, I know it's difficult to leave, but if you fucking choose to stay and still complain about it, it's on you. And I realized, bitch, that's why you're unhappy. I left. And then for the first time in my life, I felt so like free and liberated and like not crazy. And for the first time, I just kind of really wanted to talk shit, unfiltered, did not care if the word sounded pretty or was like, like save me. But no, that energy had to go somewhere, right? So I put it in song. That became Make It Mine. My producer and I, we fucking shot the video like fucking on iMovie, dropped it like 2 weeks later, got some interest from labels, and then Snow Cone happened. And then that fucking, again, listen, bitches, there are things you can buy with money, but luck is not one of them. Okay, I really think I got lucky with it. I think I made a song that was made for the perfect moment, and it just met the YouTube algorithm at the perfect time. It's perfect timing and luck and preparation meeting, and boom. And that's what happened. So like, please stop asking me how I blew up. Like, no one just blows up. That shit is just random as fuck, dude. If I knew that answer, I wouldn't fucking tell you. Fuck.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ooh.
So your
But
toxic ass relationship that
God.
had you write some incredible music. What is one line or two lines that you're like, if you could summarize like that experience or what you're trying to get across in one lyric, right? Was it more like channeled to your ex, or was it more just like
It was channeled at everything.
Yeah.
I think the relationship was a catalyst. Okay, let me
Okay.
no. That relationship was the catalyst. I think it helped me realize exactly what I needed to realize about myself.
Mhm.
And is that I am not a weak bitch.
Mm.
Like, I'm very nice and I'm very sweet.
Mhm.
Listen, and I ride for my family and my
Mhm.
friends. But do not touch what is mine and do not cross what is mine.
Mm.
And that includes my feelings. Be nice to me. Talk nice
Fair.
to me.
Fair.
Why are you changing your tone with me? If you're upset with me, can you just communicate that? Why do you have to yell at me? Why do you have to make me feel like I'm in trouble? Like, it's bad. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to cry. That's really mean. Don't be mean to me.
Yeah.
And I won't be fucking mean to you, bitch. But anyways, so I realized I was letting I realized for so many years, I just didn't communicate my feelings. I harbored so much. Anytime I felt scared or uncomfortable, I didn't show up for myself.
Mm.
And that's why I found myself in position after position of feeling like I was not being appreciated. I was being taken for granted.
Mhm.
All that bullshit.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it doesn't matter if you're a good person. You got to be smarter than that. Like, if you see repetitive behavior that is hurtful and damaging and negative and does not serve you or help you grow or bring you
Yeah.
peace, cut that shit out.
Get out of it. Change it.
Get
You got
the fuck.
change things
And if
up.
you don't, that's on you.
Say it
That
louder for the people in the
can't
back.
be me. Could not be me.
Okay. So you put out music, you started like the algorithm starts taking off, things start going well, you start going a little viral. What made you like what were you doing out there? Were you working?
Yeah, I was working.
What were you doing?
I was working a 9-to-5 job. It was like a whole ass office job. Like, I had a cubicle and shit. It was a custom design and packaging company.
Uh-huh.
Really cool. Like, love them. Love ice. Cool. Like, I don't know how I landed such cool like coworkers and bosses.
Uh-huh.
And so one of our biggest clients was Sephora, and I helped oversee their international and domestic like seasonal programs.
Oh, cool.
And so it was brand coordinator. So it was a 9-to-5, Monday to Friday, full-on job. And I was juggling that while like releasing Make It Mine and like Snow Cone, like going to my producer's place like over the weekends to record, or like once like all the conversations started happening, like teleworking on Fridays so I can like, after I get off work from Thursday, go straight to DC, catch the train up to New York, come back Monday night, have my dad pick me up from the train station, repeat, or like fly out to LA, or like, yeah.
That's a hustle.
Yeah, you got to work for it.
Yeah, it's a
you got to
full
work
hustle.
hard.
Were your parents supportive?
At first, no. And I knew I wasn't a surprise, because all my life they told me if I ever pursued like worldly music or secular music that like they would disown me and like cut the connection. But my parents are and you know what? Believe what you want. Just don't force it down my throat. I respect whatever brings you happiness and peace, dude, but don't force it down my throat. And that's what my parents said. I resented them for such a long time. And they used like a lot of religious shit to kind of try to sway me away from music and push me away from what I really wanted to do was be a fucking rock star. And when because Make It Mine, the first song I ever released, we actually ended up re-releasing once I had like management and stuff. But the first time I released it, I like had to make sure I like blocked my mom on Facebook and everything. There was no way she could have seen it, like, you know, but somehow she saw the YouTube video. And that's just me and my producer friend at the time just shit-faced acting stupid on iMovie in bear costumes.
That's great.
So imagine like my Korean religious mother seeing her daughter with a strange guy
Gosh.
in a basement doing this. Like, she is shocked and like, oh my God, she was so upset. We got into.
Wait. Walk us through. Was it a phone call? Was it like, what was
So
this?
I came home. It was like, okay, so I dropped it. It was like a week later when she found. I came home one night. It was summertime. I was somewhere with my friends. I think I was like a happy hour. I don't know. I come home. This woman is so dramatic. She has like the lights off except for the hallway.
This is like a setup.
And then like such a
This is a
setup.
setup.
She's a Pisces, so obviously like the TV's on. She hears me walk up the stairs, right? The remote like turns the TV off.
Click.
So it's silence as I like enter the floor. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, I know I'm in trouble at this point. And then she starts bawling her eyes out. She's like, how could you like embarrass me? Like, please take that down. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is God gonna think? Like, what is your family gonna think? Like in Korea when they see this, and a bunch of bullshit excuses. Like, what are people gonna think? I'm like, Mom, I don't give a fuck what other people think at this point. Like, this was like the most therapeutic thing I could have done for me in the past 5 years. And this is something that has been like, music has been the only consistent thing in my life. And for you to tell me that it's bad for me is bullshit. And it's mean. And it's disrespectful. And you don't, if you don't know who that person is on the video, then you don't know your daughter. Like, you don't. Because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And then like, I think that really hit her.
Yeah.
That conversation, like, because it was like, I was crying, she was crying, because it was like, yeah, like, that's who I am. And if you don't like what you see, then you don't fuck with your daughter. And that fucking hurts. But I think that hit her. And then I think once like actual labels started reaching out and like I had actual like tangible evidence and numbers, and like when like names, like big names are like mentioning me or like co-signing me, they're like, holy shit. And when like my aunt in Korea is like freaking out over the fact that her fucking niece is doing so well, you know, my parents feel a bit more secure in that. And so ever since that, they don't support the content, but they support the career decision, which is all I can ask for. And everything that's all I want from them, truly, is for them to just hold my hand and just be there for me.
Yeah.
And that's all they've done. And when I was juggling the 9 to 5, they were so supportive in making sure like my dog was taken care of and I was picked up, and I had like, they would give me like yongdon and like pocket money and make sure like, you know, like get food, get dinner. And like, it was just such like Korean parent thing to do.
Parents
so
are
cute.
parents.
They love you.
Yeah,
And
they
that's the
love
thing.
you.
Like, if my parents, who are the most stubborn, traditional people, can accept their daughter's career and like path, like that gives me so much hope.
Yeah.
In like a lot of people in the world, because like people can change. People should change. If you don't change, that's not good.
Yeah.
You should always be growing and evolving. And I love it because I'm like witnessing my parents like become better.
Yeah.
And just more open-minded. And it's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you know that Dive Studios has a Discord server? Join now and meet new friends, submit questions to the podcast, and get exclusive access to events and giveaways. Go to bit.ly/join Dive Discord to join. We will be lurking in the best way possible.
That's awesome. That's
pretty fucking cool.
So great to hear like that journey, I
Yes.
guess, that
It's
you guys
journey.
have been taking together.
For sure.
I'm curious, like somehow over the past few episodes, like with all of our guests, we've gotten into this topic of religion, where it is something that I think a lot of us have grown up with, and we all connect with it in a different way. And the relationship with religion has transformed and changed over the course of our lives. I'm curious to ask you, like, as a daughter of very super conservative Christian parents, what is your relationship to religion right now?
We'll start with, I respect all belief systems, whatever makes you sleep at night and brings you peace and happiness,
Mm.
so be it. As long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of others and it doesn't try to control others,
Mm-hmm.
that's, or me, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have I guess I will say I'm indifferent to organized religions like Christianity and Judaism and all of that. I think most like Abrahamic religions, like anything that centers around the Christian God, like I'm very skeptical of.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I was forced into it preconception. Like my parents were like into like Jesus. They were like best friends with Jesus like before I was even a thing, you know? And like I had no say in being a thing. Like no. Like literally.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody describe Jesus in that way.
I'm sorry. Respectfully.
Oh
Respectfully,
my gosh.
but like
I just love everybody who's just like just rolling behind the camera right now.
But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, so like I'm totally like if you want to worship Jesus, like that's great. And like I'm so happy for you that like Jesus works for you, but honestly, I'm focusing more on like spirituality and like
Yeah.
things that I can control.
Mhm.
I honestly just want to focus on being a better person
Yeah.
and like just showing up with more empathy and
Mhm.
understanding, because it's so easy for us to like see the world and see how we're the victim or like we're getting hurt or attacked. But I think a healthier way to think about shit is just thinking about focusing on shit you can control, which is
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
And when you focus on like self-work and self-growth, like all that other bullshit just like disappears or like
Mhm.
finds a way to like leave your life. And so like for me, Christianity taught me it was a fear-based thing. It's like if you don't do this, you're gonna rot in hell. And it's like if you're given a choice to rot in hell or choose like clouds and like fairy dust for eternity, and you have to be a good person, are you being a good person because you genuinely want to be a good fucking person, or because you don't want to be tortured for the rest of your life?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Is that true love? Is that true like authenticity? If there's an incentive,
Mhm.
that's where like nobody has been able to answer these questions. And I just I don't know. There's just so many things that I disagree with. And every time I try to have like a conversation, and don't get me wrong, I've met very good Christians. And shout out to those great, amazing Christians, because they truly like live life according to the word. And they're not selective over it. But a lot of these like
Mhm.
Christians like to judge and make assumptions about you. And that's what really just turns me off continuously to this day. It's
Mhm.
like, whatever.
I mean, I feel like everybody has such an interesting relationship with religion,
Mhm.
and for some it works incredibly well, and for others it's like a traumatizing or like
Oh,
a
yeah.
very it just doesn't work with them for whatever reason, their
No.
experiences. But I think, you know, I'm glad though that you have your understanding of like what works for you. You know, be that a spirituality thing, be that
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Who knows? I might like befriend Jesus later on. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
may.
over for us. Like, there's no like
There's
burn
that's
bridges. We're
exactly.
good.
That's the other thing. I think like even for me, like I grew up in a Christian household. My parents were also very religious, but I was like, I don't get it like a lot of the time. But I think
Yeah.
like for me with age and through like a lot of the difficulty that I've gone through,
Mhm.
like that is like the one thing that has stayed consistently true, like just God.
Mhm.
And so for me, I'm just like, oh, even if I like try to like look away from him, like, but he's still there.
Yeah, like it's in the
He
back
just
of your
shows,
mind.
but he also just shows up in my life
Yeah.
in the craziest way. So I'm like,
Mhm.
for me, I'm like, okay, like this is just like the relationship that I have, and like, well, I think for me, it's always like working on that,
Mhm.
like my beliefs and my religion. But it's just been such an interesting journey for myself, and I'll be curious to check in with you in years down the
Yeah.
road to be like, yo, how you doing?
Dude.
You know?
And like my makeup artist, Jocelyn, she went through this whole thing. She like went through this like a decade of like spirituality, and then like found God and is like a Christian now, and like she's talked about her journey, and I find that so inspiring. And it's like not the end all be all.
Yeah.
And I just think first and foremost, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you're Jewish or not, like if your priority and if your top, like if your goal is not to be a good person and to move with goodness and love and show and come correct with respect, like I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, just as a general human being.
Just be a good person.
Yeah, I mean, yes, amen. Like, just be a decent, good person.
Yeah.
Period. That
literally
shouldn't be hard.
It's very hard,
I don't know.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it.
But it's hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. They're learning. They're growing.
I hope so. I hope so.
You better. I swear to God. I'm tired.
All right. So let's zoom out just a little bit. So I guess like the one thing that I want to talk about as well is like you are like when I look at the landscape of like up and coming Asian American singer, songwriter, artists, creatives, like you have a very clear sound image, like you know what you're doing. It's that calm major, maybe. I don't know. And all that heartache and things that you did.
I'm just kidding. I hated PR.
But I'm curious, like, what has your, like, for me, I went to Korea to pursue a career to, like, hopefully do stuff here at some point down the road, right? And
in entertainment?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's taken me 10 years to be like, okay, I'm kind of back in LA and I'm trying to do music here, like, more full-time kind of thing. But I think for people who are younger than myself, it's like the internet was there. YouTube was there for you probably starting in middle school, high school.
Oh, yeah. Like Cap Jumba and all that.
Yeah. And like, it's just it's like such a interesting period of time where there was a big shift where Asians ran YouTube.
Yeah.
And like.
Dumbfounded.
Yeah. And like just a lot more Asian people doing entertainment things in the States.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of in Korea being like, hopefully this works. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I'll make it. But what has that experience been like for you as an Asian American pursuing music?
I'm so glad that I came at this time. Like, I feel like 3 years ago, I would have been complaining like, oh, it's like, why isn't this happening? Blah, 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 blah. But I'm so glad that like everything happened the way it did with the timing because right now you see so many Asian faces, but I feel like they're all doing something so individual and unique. And it's not meshed. I feel like before like, I guess my era of like Asian American artists, like it was very niche. It was like either you're a K-pop star or you're like, you just stay in one genre, just like for Asian women, it was typically R&B, very soft R&B pop. And for men, you either get that or like you're in hip hop, but like in Korea. It's just like it was so limited. There was no diversity in anything you could do.
Right.
Even in acting, everything. And so like, thank God everything happened now because I feel like maybe my vision and how I see myself wouldn't have been accepted earlier, maybe like earlier in the 2010s because I mean, I'm a 5'2" Asian. I'm tiny, but I'm very fucking loud. I'm sweet as fuck. Don't get it twisted. Ask all my friends. I am the nicest motherfucker in the entire fucking world.
Ever.
Sometimes. I'm just kidding. but like I can get scary too.
Yeah.
When necessary. Only when necessary. And like, but that's the thing, like, this whole stereotype of Asian women being very docile and like, oh, save me, oh, senpai, like all that bullshit. It's like, no, like if I want to do that, sure, whatever. But it's like, that's not me.
Yeah.
And that's not how I want to be perceived.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with another Asian artist wanting to be perceived that way. So be it, bitch.
Yeah.
Get your bag.
Yeah.
But I'm all about just talking my shit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, I think that was like, just like it's been very cool to watch because there's a couple other really strong, independent, individualistic Asian American women.
Yes.
Who are just pioneering like different sounds and visuals where I'm like, I was like, how the hell are they doing this? In the way where I'm just like, this is incredible because 10 years ago, like I wouldn't, not in my wildest dreams.
You would never see that.
Right?
You would have never seen that. The world was not ready for this.
Yeah.
Not.
And so I'm so encouraged to see you doing your thing.
But I also understand why you did what you needed to do.
There was no other choice.
You had no choice.
There was no choice.
You had to. But I'm low-key jealous because like you got all that training.
I did not get no
Oh, you
training.
didn't?
It was all me. I
You
did
should be
not
proud of yourself, Eric. What do you mean? Shut up.
I did not get any.
Stop.
I did not.
You did
do
not fuck up.
much. But yeah, I did a TV show, and then I had 3 months. I put out an album. And that was it. I did not do any of that crazy training thing.
Well, I
So,
mean,
I mean,
you're
sometimes
here
I wish
today,
I
so
did,
that
but
means you did something right. So
I just tried. I just
You did
tried, and
something.
I wished really hard. But I guess this is probably like, I don't know why this interview is getting so deep in some certain ways,
I
but
love it.
let's go there. As an Asian American woman doing entertainment, and I think it goes without saying, the last year or two have been really tough for like the Asian community, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been triggered in so many ways, and like it's taken me on like an emotional, like psychological trip,
I feel you. No, like I'm like, yeah. Like I'm
right?
going on that trip with you right now internally.
Yeah. But like, I think one thing that I haven't really been able to have this conversation with an Asian American woman, a female artist,
Okay.
is like, how has that been for you? Right?
Well, okay. So like, oh my God. At first, when it all started happening, it was just like, I kind of didn't know
Yeah.
how to feel because, first of all, it's like in East Asian culture, like at least for Korea, it's like you don't say shit. Like
Mm.
you don't talk about shit. Like your parents, we don't communicate. We don't say I love you or like if something bad happens, you keep it. You save face, and you save your family from embarrassment. You don't talk about it.
Mhm.
And I've like seen like a lot of shit happen growing up as an immigrant to like different people of color and like immigrants, like
Yeah.
like other Korean Americans in the community who've been like like harassed by white people and like law enforcement. I've seen it, but it was never to a level where it was like violent. But once the shit on the news started occurring, like that meant that people were reporting, right? And
Mhm.
like actually resorting to law enforcement.
Yeah.
And that's what was scary for me, is that people were talking within our community when we're like taught to kind of just silence ourselves
Yeah.
and deal with it, especially as Asian women. We're just,
Mhm.
if something happens to you, it's your fucking fault.
Mhm.
Doesn't fucking matter. Korea may seem poppin'. It's very progressive, but it's still women's rights is still a thing. Like, and it's very hard for women there as well, professionally. Very, very fucking hard. So as an Asian woman, seeing that people were reporting and actually speaking up was a huge red flag, because we're taught not to do that. So that meant it got so fucking bad that people were fucking reporting it. And now it's like I see it left and right. And then the shooting happens in the hair salon. My mom's a hairstylist. So she works at an all Korean hair salon. That could have been my mama. And that's when I lost it. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like,
Yeah.
like literally like a whole roller coaster of like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Like just nobody can catch a break.
Yeah.
Nobody, like fucking pandemic happens. Like that
Do
shit
your
was
thing.
scary.
Yeah.
That shit was so scary. And like, it just kind of made me feel numb after a certain point. I don't know. It's still kind of really weird to talk about because
Yeah.
like, and then the videos started circulating of people getting like assaulted, and I didn't want to see that. No one wants to fucking see that on my timeline, and just like fucking hate social media. I understand, like, and everybody was like reaching out, and that was really sweet. And like, I don't know. It's just like social media, like as much as like people were using social media to bring awareness, I don't know, like having all that like violence shoved in my face was hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah, I think like it was at a certain point I was like, I can't watch the news because it's like it's so violent, and it's everybody that looks like me getting attacked.
Yeah.
And that was like, it freaked me out.
And like that just like showed me a lot more and it taught me so much and about like the entire BLM movement, as well as just like I don't want to tie like everything together, but it's just like, can you imagine like how they've been feeling seeing that shit is so normalized. Like fucking violence against like people of color is so normalized. We see it every single day, like and like to see that like happen to like and pop up on my feed of people with my skin color and like
Yeah.
my facial structure. It's fucking triggering and it's
Yeah.
exhausting and like you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And you want to kind of shut it off.
Yeah.
Even though you shouldn't, but it's like, what
It's
do you
hard.
do?
It's
what
hard.
do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what
I
do you
think that's the thing. I think what we do and what we can do, the only thing that we can do as artists or people who kind of follow our stuff is talk about it, right?
Right.
Because my fear is like it's easy for us to be like, oh, like COVID's kind of over, or
Yeah.
like there's well, it's not happening as much anymore, like and sweep it under the rug. But I think there is something where we have to continue to have the different conversations to say like, okay, what are we gonna do? This has to stay
Yeah.
top of mind.
Yeah,
So
this
we
is not
can-
like a trend, guys.
Yeah, so it is a constant thing. So like we should continue talking about it, continue to advocate for it, kill it in whatever we're doing so
Mhm.
that we can put on for our people.
Yeah, and like do whatever is within your power to fucking help support
Yeah.
whatever cause,
Yeah.
And like that's all you can really do.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
We're only
mean,
human.
ladies and gentlemen, the Daebak Show is brought to you in part by our sponsor, BetterHelp. Now, I want to know what's interfering with your happiness. Why are you not completely, absolutely happy? Whatever it is that's preventing you from achieving your goals, we should be able to talk about them, identify them, and address them. And BetterHelp will help you assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. It is completely confidential and safe, and it is online, so it's very, very convenient. You can send a message to your counselor at any time, and you're going to get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. Now, the best part is you don't even have to leave your house. You can do this from wherever you want. You could do it in the bathroom. You could do it in the car. You could do it, I don't know, wherever you want. And they have licensed professional counselors who are specialized in so many different areas: depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, etc., etc. They have the licensed professional counselors. So be sure to check it out if you want to start living a happier life today. Now, I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you're going to get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/Kpop. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Kpop. Now back to our show. We're doing it. We'll get there. We're gonna do it. But okay, hold on. Time out. This interview is like too deep. Like it's like freaking me out. Like, cause we're just let's talk about something lighter. Let's talk
Air,
about.
what's your sign?
What do you think?
You seem like an air sign.
I don't know anything about science.
Wait,
so-
when's his birthday? When's your
Well,
birthday?
if you know my birthday, you're gonna know
No, I don't know. I
automatically.
think, no. When's your birthday? Just give me the month, and then I can.
It's literally, if I give you the month, it's literally like 2 options.
Okay, exactly. I want 2 options. What is it?
I'm November.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am.
I love Scorpio. Do you know why?
Why?
We are so misunderstood. I'm a Gemini, so like, I guess shit. At any time I'm at a party
Uh-huh.
and someone's like, "Oh, I hate Scorpios." I'm like, "Why? Why do you hate Scorpios?" Because I feel like you're weak and you don't like Scorpios because you can't fucking handle the truth and the intensity. I'm sorry, Scorpios are not intense or intimidating. They just don't like fuck shit. So I guess you were presenting fuck shit to a Scorpio, and the Scorpio was like, "No, thank you" to the fuck shit, and you took it personal. Why do you take it personal? You provided the fuck shit, bitch. But anyways, same thing with Geminis. We just give you, we mirror you. We give
Okay.
you what you give us. So if you really don't like a Gemini or a Scorpio, you don't like yourself, bitch.
Dang. All right. When's your birthday?
May 25th.
May 25th. Bitch! May 25th. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. All right. Let's talk about music real quick. Okay.
It's hot, yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so
No,
hot
it's
in
okay.
here.
It's fun. I'm having a great time.
It's hot. I'm like sweating. Let's see. Okay. You've been doing a lot of music. You've been collaborating with a lot of people. Most recently, I think Amine
And Lolo.
and Lolo, you've been doing on your latest album.
Mixtape.
Sorry.
It's okay.
On
Everyone's
your
been
latest
it's okay. It's good.
mixtape?
It's 10 tracks. It's like easy
Yeah,
to call
that's
it an
what is the
album.
difference between mixtape and album?
Well, an album, like, I'm sure you know the difference. It's like, it sounds so scary. Like, oh, album of the year. Like, so fucking artistic and like glitter and gold. Like, that shit. No, I am not polished and pristine like that. I'm still figuring shit out.
Uh-huh.
I like am not gonna pretend like I'm this like artiste. Bitch, no, I am not. I am like a messy ass bitch. I am all over the place. And so like if my music does not reflect who I genuinely am as a person, which is sometimes a chaotic, messy bitch, still lovable,
Uh-huh.
but figuring it out,
Yeah.
which is what my fans fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't my music reflect that? And so I was like, a mixtape is the answer because I have so many songs and styles. I have so many things that I want to kind of like prime my audience to.
Yeah.
Like, don't get used to a specific style for me because I see this with fans all the time. Like, oh, I wish like this artist went back to this era and like that era. It's like, fuck you. Like, the artist has a right to change, right? And
Well, I think
grow.
it's only natural for artists to change because we go through life and we
Exactly.
change as people.
And so like for my first ever project, I've never dropped a project before. I'm technically a baby artist. I recently realized like cuz this is my first literally like I've been in the game for like what 2 years. I literally less than 2 weeks ago released my first ever project. To be able to be in this position with very little like work out, I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm still a baby artist. And so like I've been like really hard on myself throughout this whole process, but I realized like I cannot be that hard on myself.
Yeah, you have to. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're also going to be at a point where you're going to listen back to old stuff and be like, "What was I thinking?"
Yeah.
But that's just part of the process.
Yeah, and
It's
that's like literally
grow.
growing. That's
Yeah.
the whole journey of being an artist.
Yeah.
And so like for Foil, when I was making it, I was feeling crazy. I had moved. I was falling in love. Like all these like exciting, crazy, triggering things were happening and changes in my life. Like I had to put it into something. And then at the end of it all, I just had all of it. But all of them, it was me.
Yeah.
And it represented a specific time in that process. And it just felt like me. And I have to give my fans me.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like, fuck the critics, fuck everything else.
Yeah.
If I don't listen to my fans and if I'm not pleasing my fans who make me relevant,
Like, what's the point?
no.
Honestly.
Fuck a follower. I want a fan.
Yeah. No, I feel that wholeheartedly. I think one interesting thing about you is like you seem like even your music and like your name and everything, it's like duality. Everything's kind of like
Balance.
it's like a left and a right. It's a balance. It's the yin and the yang and all that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that's, you're saying that music is you. Everything about it is you.
Yeah.
Like and even speaking to you have like
Yeah.
you have like the sweetest side and then you're like, I'll get you, you know? Do you feel like you've been like that your entire life?
No.
No? Or was it like kind of like when you started music where you're like, I'm coming into my own and like
Yeah, I feel like I've always been like, so the Rei is a crazy bitch, right? I feel like that bitch came out like 3 years ago, 4 years ago when like all
so
the fuck shit
she's
was
like
happening.
real young.
She's really young.
Okay.
But like, I've always had that fire in me. Like, I feel like I've always had anger issues. Like, you can talk to my sister. I would have violent fits of rage and kick the shit out of that bitch when she pissed me off. I fought the shit out of her. What do you mean?
My
Like,
gosh.
oh my God, you think, like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, girls with brothers complaining about wrestling. Have you fought a bitch? Like, whoo. And listen, baby, I have strong legs, but my sister knew how to swing. Okay.
Oh my God.
And like, I'm sorry, like, but so like I definitely had that side of me. It just like was not public. And I've like, also like growing up as an Asian American, like I don't know, like at the time, like I like in high school, like I wanted to be white so bad. All the cool popular kids were white.
Yeah.
And also so were the bullies.
Mm.
So if you weren't on their good side, or like if they didn't see you as like, oh, like a non-threat, you were protected. Oh, you were safe. You were like off the radar, right?
Yeah.
So like I wanted to be white so bad and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So like I had to fit this like stereotypical token Asian friend in the white circle of friends, right? So like that's very like Valley girl, like stupid fucking like I was a theater nerd too. Like that was the only time I could really be myself. And like that's when like the race side would come out, like the diva and the bitch side would come out because like I was feeling myself. Sorry. Like I was a cocky ass bitch. I'm sorry. I checked myself though. Like I'm learning. But like in high school, like, like I was like finally doing something I loved and like blah blah, finding it out. And then college, I'm like making music. I'm like, oh my God. And then fuck shit happens and I'm like, I lose my shit. And then Rei is born. Boom.
There you go.
She just came out. She just like was like, haha, I'm here, bitch. Finally, you let me out the closet. Like, huh? Let's
You
fuck
held me
it up.
back for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, you are still so early in your artist career and your artistry. Like, where do you want to be? Like, what kind of artist do you want to be remembered as, and like, where do you want to take this?
I like literally want to be Rihanna, but not Rihanna because I love her and there can only be one Riri.
One
And,
Riri.
like, but like, as in like, fucking, like I want. Well, actually, can I say that? Because she's like not. She hasn't dropped a project in like 5 years, and I don't want to like do that to my fans. And like, I'm sorry. Like I'm just like, wait, no, I don't want to.
Wait,
No,
as
I
a
promise
fan,
to drop music and not starve my fans for like how long has it been? Rihanna, come on. But anyways, like I want. Like she's like, think about her. She is a fucking tycoon. She is the ultimate businesswoman.
She is.
She started with music, made it her bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Started makeup, made it her bitch. Did her Savage Fenty line. Also made it her bitch. She's apparently, rumor is she has like a furniture line coming. I don't know. The woman is unstoppable. Whatever she wants to do, she can do. She can literally not release music for years and still have people obsessed with her.
Like you.
Me. Proudly begging you publicly, please drop music. But like, you know, that's the kind of artist I want to be. I want to be like so big and so great like Rihanna, like just like her name, like when you hear it immediate, it's like, oh, that's the reaction I want when people like hear my name. I want people to be like, oh. Not just for like what I've done, but also like because they know who I am.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And it's like, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Awesome. I saw that you were also part of the 2020 Fenty.
Oh, that was so fucking cool.
Explain, like, what happened? How did this happen? Like, explain this.
I don't know how it happened. Sally, my managers, they just hit me. They forwarded me the email. I'm like crying on the fucking apartment floor. I'm like, is this real? Like, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, confirm. And
okay,
like,
fine,
okay,
I'll
cool.
do it.
And then they hit me back with like the official confirmation. And I'm like crying again. I'm like, Riri, I'm coming. And I'm like, oh my God. But anyways, it was so cool because I was in this, oh my God. Dude, we were filming it. I turn around. She's standing there. She's fucking standing there.
What'd you do?
When I tell you, photos do not do the woman justice. Like, she is an angel. She radiates, like, I don't know if it was Fenty skin on her skin. I don't know. She's like so beautiful and so like, oh my God. I was freaking out. I immediately turned around because I knew I was going to fucking freak out. And like, if she made eye contact with me, I would have like, I don't know. I really don't know. And so like at the end, we're like wrapping filming and it's like the last shot. And like, I'm on the balcony. I'm like towards like, you're like looking from this side. I'm like on that side, right? And like Riri's like front and center, right? And then we're like, everyone, director's like, everyone clap and like scream, blah, blah. And like, and I scream and my voice cracks, right? And it goes from like a to a, like that. And then she turns around and looks at me and smiles at me. I try to keep my cool, but like we made eye contact. And listen, I had the opportunity to go up and say like something to her, but like, bitch, when she's talking to Paris Hilton, you exit, bitch. You earned that, right? And I was like, I walked away thinking, I was like, it's not over, Riri. Like, I'm gonna earn my time with you. I'm gonna get to a point in my life and my career where I get to be in the same room as you and you think I'm cool. I'm gonna work my way there. Bitch!
Manifest
Respectfully! Love you. I love you.
So wait, you didn't get to talk to her? Like,
no, I did not earn that right.
Well, I know, but like, I mean, she was standing right behind you.
She's Rihanna. I did not earn that right.
Oh my gosh.
No, because listen, I resonate with Rihanna because she's a fucking boss. And listen, if I was Rihanna, bitch, you better come correct. You better earn my time. If you want to talk to me, you better come correct. And you better fucking make sure that you've earned your right and my time to even fucking talk to me. If I'm Rihanna, I'm going to think like that. She wouldn't be Rihanna if she didn't think like that. And that doesn't make her a bitch. That makes her a fucking star.
All right.
Period on that.
Do you want to send Rihanna a message? I feel like you need to send.
I love you. And you know what? I know I was complaining earlier about the music thing, but I totally get it. The whole music making process is like a fucking bitch. So like, I will wait a decade if I need to, but like, I love you. I hope you're doing well.
We hope
That's
you're
it.
doing well. We're
Yeah.
fans.
Dude, I saw
We
that.
love you.
Did you see she like did not get into a club because she didn't have a fucking ID? I'm like, it's fucking Rihanna.
I know.
How do you can you imagine like being like the club owner and like showing up and like talking to the bouncer and it's like, you didn't let Rihanna and A$AP Rocky into my club? Oh my God.
Alrighty.
Thank God I'm not your boss.
What's that I hear? If I join the Dive Studios community text, I get to send questions and suggestions to the Dive team, and I get updates on new announcements? Unbelievable. I feel so loved. Go to bit.ly/dive community or text us at 310-564-1030 to join. This is currently only available to US and Canada numbers. Talk to you soon.
We have some fan questions for you. All right.
Hey, Ravies.
Here we go.
Hi.
Let's see. Where do we start? Azira asks, "What's your favorite thing to do when you're bored?"
Sleep.
Sleep. Great. April Kamstra says, "Your songs are powerful anthems. Is that intentional or is that what naturally feels right?"
My song what?
Your songs are very powerful anthems.
Oh yeah.
Is that intentional or is that what naturally feels right?
It's both. Cause it is intentional because it does feel right.
Mm.
I feel like
Hand in hand.
especially like they go hand in hand. It's like I want to make music that I want to listen to, and a lot of the music I listen to are powerful bad bitch anthems, and they stroke your ego and feed your confidence. And I think that's very important, especially in this day and age where the market is so diverse.
Yeah.
And bad bitch anthems need to be coming from all sizes, faces, colors, everything.
Word.
Mhm.
Word. I always Vinci asks, "Oh my God, Rei Ami, I discovered you from Netflix. Grand Army, they played Snow Cone. What's your inspiration behind your style of changing the whole soundscape of the song by the end? It's all very trancing, the way you do a full-on 180 with Snow Cone midway. Huge fan, all the love."
Everyone goes from highs to lows. All the time. You can like literally yesterday, like I went from feeling like shit to waking up with a God complex this morning. Like, everyone goes through it. Why can't we sonically display that?
Yeah.
People have done it before. I just wanted to put my own spin on it, and look where it took me.
It works, and that's also very honest.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, like at the beginning of our conversation, everybody goes through their highs and lows.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. You can do it with music too.
Yeah, why not?
All
No
right.
one's stopping you.
Lightning round, just in case we missed anything. Here we go. Neon Genesis or Perfect Blue?
Perfect Blue.
Go-to karaoke song?
Part of Your World by The Little Mermaid.
Whoa. Okay. Unexpected. Like it. Lunchtime. What do you eat?
Nothing. I'm so bad with eating food. Like
What?
consistently. Like I either will not eat like lunch because I forget to eat and then eat like a fat ass dinner, or like I will eat a fat ass breakfast. I usually don't eat lunch. I usually eat breakfast and dinner. That's it.
Interesting.
I don't get hungry
I do like
during
lunch and
lunchtime. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah. I feel like sometimes like when you're stressed or like hyper focused,
then you forget.
You forget about
Absolutely.
eating, which is not healthy, and I don't recommend it. I'm sorry, but your girl is working hard, and I
you
will
go.
eat lunch from now on, Mom. I promise. Don't tell my mom.
Mama.
She's gonna yell at me. She's gonna see us be like, "You've been lying to me this whole time."
If you could master anything in the world, what would it be?
Like computer science.
Whoa. Okay.
The world would be mine.
It would. It would. Performing on Colors or NPR's Tiny Desk?
NPR Tiny Desk.
Okay. Favorite lyric?
Of mine?
Anything. Ever.
Favorite one?
Yeah, favorite one.
That's hard. That's not okay. Fine. I'm just gonna be narcissistic and pick mine, which is Red Dress Last Redactors on his mattress. I'ma kill it, which is a reference to Black Widows, and I did some googling and got really sciencey and STEMmy and like googled their like Latin names. Whatever.
Okay. Alrighty. Finish this sentence. I can't believe I actually blank when I was younger.
I can't believe I actually jumped a 2-second story balcony to impress a boy that I had a crush on when I was younger.
God.
With a trash bag as a parachute.
Did you get hurt?
I couldn't feel something for like the first 15 seconds, but I was, pasta, they put pasta on my back.
Oh
Do you know what happened?
gosh.
Do you know what happened? So my sister, my poor Annie, she fucking took the blame. That's why she hates me. Oh my God. She loves me. Just kidding. I fucking love that bitch. Anyway, so like I was with like family friends, my sister and I had a crush on the younger guy. Jimmy, he was like a year older than me, and like him and his friend was telling me like, oh, they like jumped off the fucking balcony with them trash bags.
Please,
as
y'all don't
parachute.
ever jump off balconies.
Don't
do this.
do not. And like, listen, it wasn't that high, so I did it to impress him, but it turned out to be a lie. They never did it. So my sister's running down, like yelling at me, like, you're so stupid. Totally true. Picks me up, piggybacks me all the way back to their apartment. I'm laying down. They put pasu or like icy hot patches, like for the non-Koreans, on my back. And I knock out for 5 hours. And my sister obviously gets like yelled at by my parents. Like, what a trooper. Thank you for like literally suffering on my behalf.
Gosh.
But like I did that when I was younger.
How old were you?
I was like probably in first grade.
Wow. That's some bold first grade moves.
I was crazy.
Oh my gosh. All right. Biggest pet peeve.
When I'm like ordering like food off of like Uber Eats and it's off of my phone and like we're in a group of people and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna order food. Does anybody want some? And they're like, yeah. Instead of me customizing it or reading out loud, I hand it to you, right? I swear to God, the moment I fucking hand you my phone and if you don't fucking put in your order and you hold on to my phone and you talk about some random story that you were continuing, starve. Give me my phone.
Starve.
like stop. Like do what I asked you to do, which is like put in your order. And if that makes me impatient, that can be my character flaw. Like I don't give a fuck. Stop holding on to my phone. I've got fucking texts and calls, bitches. Like fucking I've got money to make. And I'm trying to fucking eat lunch that I clearly don't eat. So you're holding it up. So
which makes your mom upset. And that's
and you
just
really
like,
don't want to fucking deal with her Pisces sun, Aries moon ass. You really don't fucking know. Because I am the byproduct of that. So imagine, bitch.
Gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, that's a
All right,
just like
all
order
right.
your food and on to the next, give it to the next person, and so that it can return into.
I feel like that's a fair ask, honestly.
Thank you.
Quite honestly, I do.
I need 2 phones.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Maryland crab cakes or K barbecue?
K barbecue hands.
All right.
Fuck Maryland. I don't rep that place either.
Send a message to yourself 1 year from now.
It's okay to be scared.
Oh, it's okay to be scared. Alrighty. What are you scared of? She's like, do I want to go there? We don't got to go there.
I think
Yeah.
like failure and like
You're doing great.
not measuring up and
Look,
like disappointing my parents.
Look, you're
all that.
doing great. You're doing great. And if anything, I feel like us talking today is like, your parents love you and they support you no matter
I
what.
fucking love my parents.
Yeah. Your
Love my
family,
parents.
your relatives,
I
everybody's
love
proud
my
of
sister.
you. Your sister, the one that you kick the crap out of.
Beat the shit out of.
Y'all
Correction.
good, right? So
Love you, Jamie.
don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. It's okay. And it's okay to be scared.
It's okay to be scared.
It's okay. It's a
It's only
normal
natural.
human reaction.
And honestly, I think fear of failure is what really drives a lot of people to
Yeah.
make incredible things.
And you have to be okay. And the thing is, you also have to be okay with failure.
Yeah.
You have to be, if you want to succeed and if you want the best of the best, you have to be okay with experiencing the worst of the
It
worst.
hurts. It's scary.
Like a bitch.
But it is what it is. That's
It
life.
seems unfair, but it's life and it's teaching you something.
Do you know what I like? This is what I kind of came to terms with like maybe just a few years ago. I was just like, man, this stuff sucks. And then I was like, this is life. And it's not just you that has it bad. It's not just you that has something that sucks. Everybody has
Everyone's
things
going through it.
that sucks. That's all relative. It can be, even if it's like they look like the richest, most popular, whoever,
Yep.
whatever, they have things in their life that suck too. So
Yeah,
like,
and you have
it's
no
just
idea.
life. And
It's
it's
just
just how do we deal with things that suck? That's what makes us who we are.
Yes.
So
Amen. I
I'll-
agree 110%.
I love your message.
Thank you.
All right. I know we've had like quite the journey today
We
in
have.
our conversation.
Yes.
We did.
I sweat a lot.
You what?
I sweated a lot. I sweat a lot.
You sweat a lot. I feel like there was a lot of moments of
Intensity,
almost tears, a little bit of tear, a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like it wouldn't be I feel like it wouldn't be a classic Rei Ami interview if I didn't at least like almost cry.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing your true self here.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you.
Speak with you. Hopefully, the first of many conversations and whatever to come. What can people look forward from you in the coming month for the rest of the year?
You know, shows,
Hey,
merchandise,
hey.
more visuals,
Hey.
and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.
A little mystery.
Yeah.
Keep us guessing. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and thank you, Sarah, Rei Ami,
Thank you, Eric,
for joining us. It's been a pleasure. You guys, please be sure to subscribe, follow, and review. Rate this podcast, and you can connect with us on all our socials. As you know, we are at the Dive Studios. We have a lot of great shows, a lot of things going on, a lot of cool content. YouTube.com/Dive Studios and /Dive Pods. For all this stuff on video, we have a TikTok where we do ridiculous things as well. It's just Dive Studios, and you can check out our merch at shop.divestudios.io. Now, finally, this is the last thing we ask you to do before we say goodbye. I'm going to ask you to improvise a quick outro jingle.
Oh my God. Fuck. What do I do? Do I get like a beat or like?
No, you get nothing. You get the word, the show, the name of the show. It's
Daebak.
Daebak Show. That's it. That's all you get to go off of.
I don't fucking. Oh my God, this is so hard. Wait, I need a beat. Give me a beat or something. It's Eric Nam and Rei Ami on the Daebak Show. Bitch, suck. Oh, let me not. No,
Bye.
Bye.
Holy jabezus, that was an incredible video, wasn't it? No? Yeah? Okay, well, if you liked it, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss this incredible content that we have coming for you. And if you get a moment, leave us a comment. Don't go anywhere, watch more videos, and stay healthy and happy. See you soon. Bye. Where are you going? Okay.